Hi everybody, my name is Yogesh Wadhwani and today we're going to see what parenting is all about. Yeah, and this is a challenge for everybody, not even for parents, for the whole family altogether. तो हम ये देखेंगे आज कि भाई पेरेंट्स का काम क्या है एंड द challenges that we face. Yeah, अब क्या होता है कि that we as parents we are not taught, we don't learn कि भाई कहाँ सीख के नहीं आए, हमारे पेरेंट्स भी सीख के नहीं आए, बट हम लोग क्या करते हैं, हम वी लर्न इन स्मॉल स्टेप्स. एज द चाइल्ड ग्रोज we also grow along with them in learning what parenting is all about. Yeah, and by the time the child is all ready to move out of the house, that is the time we realize that we are now parents, we should have done this that point of time, and we've not been able to do that.
तो जब ये बच्चे बड़े होके चले जाते हैं और ये हमसे सीखते हैं और ये वही करते हैं अपने लाइफ में भी जाके कि भाई जो हमने किया वो भी बिना कोई ट्रेनिंग के साथ वो भी वैसे ही शुरू करते हैं एंड इट कैरीज ऑन. सो देयर इज नो स्ट्रक्चर, देयर इज नो प्लान ऑफ हाउ पेरेंटिंग इज डन. और इस प्रोग्राम के दौरान आई विल ब्रिंग दैट अवेलेबल टू यू एज टू हाउ पेरेंटिंग नीड्स टू बी डन. सो वी रियली नीड टू सी एज पेरेंट्स व्हाट are we providing, what are we, so we are actually a mirror, so what are we mirroring to them, and they actually pick it up. So we need to be very careful. So parenting is I'll not say it's a science, it's an art that needs to be picked up and it will go step by step. Now what are the major issues that we as parents face? Now kids move between various platforms. Now one of the platform can be that they want power. ठीक है? There can be another one where they actually want attention. There'll be things that they do to grab attention. So there is another possibility that they just want to let go. कि जाने दो, बाढ़ में गया, कोई तो सुनने वाला नहीं है, let me leave it. So that is another possibility that can happen. And there can be another possibility that they are angry and they will express their anger in different forms, and that anger can be a reflection of what we present to them. So how we behave in our own family, and they pick that up. So these are the various possibilities that can happen, and we will do it step by step. We will see each one separately. So now we will see what happens when a child is angry or is throwing tantrums all around. चीजें फेंक रहा है गुस्से में और चीजें तोड़ रहा है, and you see there is anger in him. Why do you think the child is doing that? Well, that can be possible. It can be because of various reasons. It can be possible 99% of the times that the child wants to have a say in the matter of things in the house. So the child will feel that I am not being important, और मेरे को वो इम्पोर्टेंस ऐसी ला सकता हूं मैं चीजें फेंक के, गुस्सा दिखा के. एंड दैट कैन ऑल्सो बी अ पॉसिबिलिटी दैट the child is mirroring one of the parents or any near family member, can be grandparents or anybody else. तो वो mirror से वो mirroring करेगा, so that is possible that the child is getting attention and can say that he has the same things he wants and has the power to do things, and that is one of the things that the child can do. And how will you deal with that? Now we can talk, we can bang the child, गुस्सा करें उसको चुपचाप प्यार से बात करके, और we also react. Now when we react as parents, the child will also react, and there will be a war of words, there will be anger, and nothing will come out of it. Now what do we do? Now the only solution in such a situation is that we sit down. We say, okay, I can see that you are dealing with something. Ask the child upfront, I see that you are dealing with something, and let us sit down and see how we can sort it out. That is one way of talking. And what do you do by saying that? When we say that to a child actually feels respected. Yeah, okay, now I'm there, I have a say, and okay, then he sits down and then he can talk to you, he or she can talk to you. That is one way. The other way is just don't do anything. Walk out of that situation. If a child is throwing things or maybe breaking things up, you say, if you do this, I'm not going to talk to you. You walk out of it. So that is another way possible that you can do. The other thing is that is possible is that you just talk to them for maybe a sentence or two. Tell them that if this is done, I will not do this. Now, what the child actually sees is action by the parent, not talking. We as parents, we actually go into a lot of talking mode, shouting and talking mode with a lot of gesticulations and actions. That is not required. Child sees actions. A child always learns from actions and is mirroring you as parents, or mirroring any of his or her close friends, or maybe some family member. So always act, not talk. Talking will make the child thoda der tak liye come down, keep quiet, and again will start the same thing again and again. So we need to actually take some action. And once you take so one of the actions can also be possible that you pick up that thing what the child is throwing or trying to break, pick that up and walk out with it. So I'm saying it, there can be various actions. So this is one of the things when the child wants to have power. So the second thing that we can have is the child likes to have is attention. Now attention seeking children, what they will do is they will maybe scream, they will actually if they are eating food, they might drop the food on the table and keep on playing around with the food. So that is possible. It can also be possible that while the child is sitting at a place, can still throw things here and there, and you as a parent, you are doing your own work and you suddenly realize. तो क्या होता है attention में, the child wants to see your eyes on her or him. And how is that possible? By doing something where you can turn your attention to him or her. क्या करेगा? या तो कुछ फेंकेगा या तो कुछ ऐसी चीज करेगा that will draw your attention. Maybe you are reading something and the child feels neglected. Now what can the child do? The child always moves. Everything is in action, nothing in words. So what will the child do? The easiest way, attract your attention, and it can be in various forms. You can throw things, it can scream, it can start running around, come and pull your shirt or dress. So anything. And you might, if you tell the child, go away, I don't want right now, don't disturb me, the child will feel neglected. Ki bhai, I'm not wanted. And it can impact the child's psychology as it grows up. So we need to actually see and be very careful as to what we are speaking and what actions we take. It is usually more actions when the child is small. As the child grows up, it is what we speak which will affect the psychology of a child. So from zero, that is above the age of 0 till the age of around 9-10, the actions speak for the child. So you need to be very careful what actions you take, and as after that, from 11 onwards or 12 onwards till the age of 18-19, it is what we speak will affect the psychology of the child. So we need to be very careful of what we are saying at that point of time. Now, attention grabbing children will do all these actions, and for them, how will you manage to talk to them? How will you manage to bring them to a platform where they can actually be in a close communication? So there are things that you can do. When a child is doing like that, just go to the child, hug them, or hold them. Just touch them. You don't have to talk. Just touch them. Just hold their arm, touch them, and walk away. It is actions. You need to be calm. If you react, child is not going to be the same. So it will mirror you the next time. It will also react. The child will also going to react. So there are certain things where you need to have patience, and what I call as baby steps. You need to take those small steps and grow along with the child. Now the third thing that we normally see is that the child is angry and starts hitting you. Either as a parent he starts hitting you, or he starts hitting somebody else out of that anger, deep rooted. And it can be something like a revenge, that you have hurt me and I am going to get back at you. So if there are siblings, so consider there's a boy, there's a girl, and the parent. Now the boy has been told, you will not do anything to the sister. If you do, you'll get this punishment. Now the boy will be thinking, okay, now I'm going to take my revenge. So revenge can be either on the parent or it can be on the sister. Now that can be in the ways of beating the sister or the parent. It can also be something that the thing that you like too much, it can break that thing or play around with that thing and actually spoil it. So that is what. So the psychology of the child at that point of time is that I am not wanted, okay, and you don't love me, and it'll create that behavior so that you will all the time be angry with him or her. So the child will actually create that you will always be angry. And what will you do at that point of time? There are times when you will feel hopeless, you'll feel helpless, and you don't know what has to be done. So kya karenge? You actually need to sit down with the child and ask, okay, I get your upsetness. Now let's see what we can do. So what are you dealing with? Again, you come back to that. So the essence of the whole child-parent interaction is that you need to have a close communication and the feel and touch. So communication rahega, the child will understand that the parent is there and talking. So there is always and touch. So even if you don't see anything, just so like a touch like this on the arm, or maybe just hold the hand and do like this, and that's all that is required. So these are actions that speak, and the child always looks for them. But there are times when a child will feel helpless in a situation. Like you will see that the child's while going to the school, the grades are dropping, the marks are reducing, and you don't know what is happening. The child is staying aloof, not wanting to talk, and you as a parent might be thinking ki kya ho raha hai? What is happening and how do we handle this? Now when you go and straight away talk to the child, probably the child will not open up. Yeah, and you need to see various ways how you can do that. So you need to start taking again small steps, like just saying sentences like, we love you, we are there for you, whatever you need, let us know, and give that respect to the child to handle the emotions on their own. Now if a child is crying or has fought with somebody, don't try to go and sort out their emotions. Give them that space. they will actually grow up into people who can handle their emotions well. But if you start supporting them at that point of time, they will not understand how to handle their emotions. Yeah, so that is one thing we need to be very careful of. अगर चाइल्ड को गुस्सा आ रहा है और हम रिएक्ट कर रहे हैं, now when we are reacting, we are not listening to the child. Yeah, and when you are not listening, you are actually giving an example to the child to not to listen when he or she also grows up. Now you need to be mature enough that when the child is angry, you need to be quiet and you need to be very calmly, you need to ask, what do you want and what are you dealing with? Can we sit and talk? If you're going to do this behavior, I'm not going to talk to you. So there, and you need to be firm about it. Now there are certain things in life when the child grows up, and not grows up, it's in the growing phases. There are certain things you need to understand. If the child is coming to you and saying, I want to do a certain thing, and you as a parent feel no, immediately, nahi, you need to hold that. If the child wants a yes from you, that means he really respects, he wants a yes from you. Why? Because first thing, he or she is sharing, asking permission. That means he wants a yes from you. So when you say yes, you also need to make the child responsible by saying, okay, and how are you going to do it? And then, okay, and when you ask, let the child say how they are going to do it. Now, what that brings a responsibility from the child, because he or she is speaking that, I'm going to do this way, I'm going to do that way. So they are responsible, and they are going to share that responsibility with you, telling that I am going to do it this way. Now, that is the first step of making the child responsible. Now, the second thing, like I'll share something from my example. I allowed my daughter to go from home to the metro, and from the metro to a certain metro station in Delhi, all alone, when she was just around 9 years of age. Now you can imagine 9 years child going all alone in such a big city, going in the auto from the house to the metro, and then sitting in the metro, going to another metro station where I am going to pick her up. Did I push her? No. She told me I can come on my own. That she showed the first instance of being an independent child or an independent growing adult. तो मेरे को तो पहला दिमाग में आ रहा था, I should say no. Fear, what will happen? Second, how can she do it? She doesn't have that capacity to think. But yes, but she's a growing adult. Then I asked her, if you're going to come, what steps are you going to take? So she explained that I'm going to do this, I'm going to talk to you on the phone, I'm going to message you on the phone. So she had a phone, and I'm going to share my location with you and all that stuff. So what happened was, I booked her Ola. So I was tracking that Ola. She sat, she got on at the metro, she went to the metro, she got into the metro, messaged me, I'm sitting in the metro. It was all simple. And now what happened was, she got a sense of freedom. She got a sense of confidence that she can do it on her own. She got another plus was that she got a confidence that my parents are confident on me, that I can handle myself. Fourth of all, she saw the world on her own and interact with people and learn. Though that was at a much younger age, but yes. So as she grows, she starts becoming more and more responsible. And she starts seeing things from a viewpoint of that young person's viewpoint. Our viewpoint is of fear, our viewpoint is of maybe careful. Our viewpoint can be security. A young person, that child's viewpoint can be a sense of expression, a sense of confidence, a sense of freedom. I'm doing it all alone. So ये चीजें, so you're developing that, and so you need to take actions like that. And what is the situation in your house with your child? I can't say, but this is just to give you an essence of what is available when a child comes up to and asks you something. So similarly, if a child is wanting a lot of attention, you actually need to provide that attention, but not every time. You need to all the time tell that yes, I'm there for you. If you don't do that, if you all the time tell no, abhi nahi, the child is going to mirror you when they grow old. That is secondary, but the primary thing is the child will always feel neglected and always will do such things which will make you tell her not now. So it can be attention seeking things, it can be getting angry at people, getting angry at things which are not working for them. So they always will create an exactly opposite scenario rather than what is actually desired. And the most important thing in parenting is always have a clear line of communication with your child. If the communication is not there, the child will withdraw into their own shell. And that is the point where they can be guided by people around them and not by you. And you need to be very careful.